This is just as a disclaimer. None of the videos that I use in here, other than the ones with my face, belong to me. The pictures and videos I use are not my property and they belong to their respective people. I will put the links below to the video content that I use. So yeah, there's that. Okay, hey guys. If you're there at least. My name's Christine and I'm back again with another ChrissyTalks, and this is my first content one that I will be doing. I had another one that I was going to do for content, but I kind of want to do this one because of a little special something I have for the end of this. So this one is going to be on underrated characters, or characters that deserve more credit than we give them. You know, ones that the story that the main characters overlook. You know, let's just get started then. Madam Hooch. Now, if you don't remember the first Harry Potter movie or the little glimpses that she's in the other ones, or if you didn't read the books, which read the books. The Harry Potter books are amazing. You need to read them. She doesn't show up often. I mean, her main scene that she's in is in the beginning of The Sorcerer's Stone. If you don't know this already, Madam Hooch is the flying instructor. She's the one that teaches first years and stuff how to fly on a broomstick.
Stick your right hand over the broom and say up.
Which is great until things go a little wrong. Here.
Mr. Longer!
Okay, now, if that scene hadn't happened where Neville's broom went out of control, Harry never would have chased Draco with the Remember-All, and Harry never would have ended up on the Quidditch team, which also would have meant he couldn't win the Wizard tournament. And, you know, Harry learning to fly is probably one of the most important parts of the movies and the books. Like, so much of what he does is based on his Quidditch experience. So thanks to Madam Hooch and also Professor McGonagall, but there's plenty of things out there that say that McGonagall's a bamf. So, all right, so we're going to move on to Lord of the Rings, which I'm going to say Merry and Pippin, the two hobbit friends of Sam and Frodo, they are vastly underrated in the films, it seems to me. They are the sweetest, and I mean, they go with their friends on a journey to essentially the underworld, to go throw a magical ring into a volcano. Most people would think that's crazy and say, no way in heck. But these guys are loyal to their friends and they go with them. Besides, who doesn't like second breakfast?
Gentlemen, we do not stop till nightfall.
What about breakfast?
We've already had it.
We've had one, yes. What about second breakfast? Don't think he knows about second breakfast, Pip. What about elevensies? Luncheon, afternoon tea, dinner, supper. He knows about them, doesn't he?
I wouldn't count on it.
Well, obviously he doesn't like second breakfast or any of that other stuff. The next one is a guy by the name of Joshua Gibbs, which, if you don't know who that is, Gibbs is Captain Jack Sparrow's second in command from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. With all the trouble that Jack gets into, do you wonder what goes on in Gibbs's skull to say, I'm going to stick with him through these things? And I mean, that's true loyalty right there. I mean, when you're faced with a Kraken or Davy Jones, and also, I mean, come on. Remember that jar of dirt scene? How did he get through that?
Come to negotiate, eh? Have you, you slimy git? Look what I got. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside? I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside? I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. I got a jar of dirt. And guess what's inside?
Needless to say, his life is crazy, but at least he's one that is crazy loyal to Jack. So Jack, you better appreciate him. So our next one is actually, I think, the most adorable one on this list, which is Pavel Chekhov, which Chekhov is one of the people on the Starship Enterprise for Star Trek. And at least in the reboot, I haven't seen a lot of the older ones at all other than clips, so I'm referring to the one in the remakes that have been coming out this millennium. But to be honest, he is the most adorable. Like when I see him, you know, with the little anxiety ridden guy, and it's just like fangirling. Okay, calm down, calm down. And you gotta keep in mind, in Star Trek Into Darkness, he ends up taking up a position that he knows little about.
Mr. Chekhov, you've been shadowing Mr. Scott. You are familiar with the engineering systems of your ship.
Affirmative, sir.
Good. You're my new chief. Go put on the red shirt.
Aye, Captain.
Get back. Isn't that right, Mr. Chekhov?
Yes, Captain. I'll do my best, sir.
Any idea what caused it?
No, sir. But I accept full responsibility.
And as he's, you know, coming through trying to help Captain Kirk and the rest of them, he's a nervous bundle of but it's so adorable. Like, and I'm not saying he gets props on here for being adorable, but for stepping up to the plate all the time when things get crazy on the Enterprise, and Jim just keeps asking for the weirdest things, and he sticks by him. So again, we have another loyal person here that is doing his best to help. Just so you know, the actor's name was Anton Yelchin, I believe, and he passed away this year in 2016. So rest in peace. I'm praying, because you were pretty awesome in the films, and I'm glad to hear that they're not replacing you. Okay, so my next one, which makes number 5, is going to be one that isn't even human, but he is the epitome of snark, is Jarvis. Now, Jarvis, you got to give him a lot of props, because not only is he pretty much the strongest computer in the world in the Marvel Universe, but he puts up with Tony Stark.
Please, may I request just a few hours to calibrate?
There's certain parts where you can tell that he has at least a tiny bit of personality, where he is just the most sarcastic, snarky sidekick that Stark could have.
As you wish, sir. I've also prepared a safety briefing for you to entirely ignore.
And Tony, you know, he appreciates it in his own Tony way. And he's always the snarky, sarcastic, knowledgeable entity that Tony will never admit he needs.
I'm the best.
As always, sir, a great pleasure watching you work.
To whatever holiday you celebrate, happy holidays. Keep faith, guys. All right, see ya.